Hello, bees. I'm so sorry that I can't be with you in beautiful Los Angeles. As usual, I want to share some apps and also how to find 1,000 more. And finally, I'll take you to our library. So let's get started with the software. First app here is Montessori Numbers. And as you know, I'm very excited about virtual manipulatives, the idea of hardwiring a more abstract concept to a child's fingers and active learning so that they can drive the symbols and make those cognitive physical connections. Apps like Montessori Numbers by La Scapado are really good for that. And I'm kind of focusing on skills here. My Very Hungry Caterpillar Shapes and Colors. This is from the Story Toys team. It's very slippery and easy to use, and let the children get to build the shapes become the caterpillar in the end. Boy, there's so many apps I could talk about, but Handwriting Heroes, I bet Bonnie or Diane or Mark have probably used this and can tell you about it. Good way to playfully introduce a basic skill that kids are going to run into. If you haven't seen any of the new Read and Learn from Ocean House Media, check out the Horton Hears a Who. It came out last week because of these built-in phonics games, and make sure you explore the teacher features. Then there's this category of apps called starter apps. You can't go wrong with any of the Sago mini apps. Sago Planes is the most recent, and essentially you touch the screen, the plane follows your finger around. The bee is buzzing about that one. Here's another one that makes me buzz, and that is Chomp by Christoph Niemann. If you haven't played with it, high in child control, really good aesthetics to this app. That's your picture. It pulls a child in. If you're having any back to school night, any kind of public event, you can turn a large screen into a sort of a hands-on display with this app. Okay, now there's a bunch of new apps. I call them puppet show apps. Great for representational play, symbolic, connecting those symbols with experiences children have had, and it gives them an excuse to talk. The Toka Life series, the characters are less real. So the Toka Life series, you can make puppet shows and record your own audio. Don't underestimate these. Just watch kids play with them. You'll see what I mean. That is classic representational play. Artie's Magic Pencil. You can actually draw the elements in the story. You have to see this app to understand it. And then finally, another one out of Story Toys, Very Hungry Caterpillar Creative Play. Takes a child into Eric Carle's studio, gives the actual tissue papers that Eric Carle used to make some of those iconic characters. You can make your own. Kids that have used this with an iPad Pro, if you're lucky enough, and you can give a child a pencil, the Apple Pencil, it is a Mercedes-Benz experience for creativity. I've seen kids spend a full hour carving out chunks of paper. Now, this kind of experience, it's clean, it's quiet, and it's just powerful. All right, that's it for the 10 apps. Now let's move on to CTREX, and then I'll take you on a tour of Mediatech. Part 2 of this presentation is all about CTREX, and that stands for Children's Technology Review Exchange. Now, the bees know well that I've been working on this for a long time. And this summer we had a breakthrough with server speed. You can search any word, and I'm in free mode here, so you can actually do this right now with no password. Just type a word and see what happens. With shapes, over 500 reviews came up, and then you can sort them by platform, ages, what it teaches, and list them by overall rating and so on. Now, this first menu is very customizable. You can collapse different parts, so if you don't want to see all the filters all the time, you can do that. Now, there's a very important tab. It's called Only the Best. We've been told time and time again, I don't want to see 3,000 reviews. I only want to see the top 6. So this lets you choose any from over 50 categories, such as ESL or you pick it. There's Halloween, and it'll screen off all of the lower rated products and just gives you the top 6. And then below it, you can see the complete list. Now, I've been waiting for this kind of a tool for a long time, and it certainly didn't exist particularly with no advertising and no gimmicks. The only catch is that you do need to be a subscriber. I am currently logged in here, so this would cost you $19.99 per year to have this level of access. Now here's a handy feature that researchers asked us for, and that's the ability to bookmark reviews, make custom lists, and then export and save those searches. You can actually export these as comma or tab delimited files, which you can open in Excel. This is really useful for librarians who are working to put reviews in their circulation databases. Now, as my other 3Bs know, well, I'm an early childhood educator. I taught in the high school preschool, and so I'm very tuned into the needs of preschool curriculum. So we designed these hubs, and one of the hubs is ECE for early childhood education. There's also a hub for families, libraries, and for schools. And in those hubs, you'll find specific one-click or touch buttons that will give you we'll do pre-programmed searches, so pull up exactly what you're looking for. One of those under ECE is our starter apps. So if you're just looking for apps, and here for library, for example, if you're looking for non-fiction or fiction or video games that would work in a library, you can find those. We've also added videos so that you can watch and see how particular apps or toys work, as well as while you read the review. You have to love it to like. So there's a character inside. You don't know who you're going to get. So the last feature here is called Experts, and the only thing really missing has been outside points of view, and so we're now making it possible so that the 3 other Bs could comment on the same review. So if I want to know what Bonnie has to say about an ESL product or something that she might have used up in Maine, she can use a rubric, and she can either make a rubric, or she can use an existing one, or she can just type a comment and really quickly and easily weigh in on a particular app or toy. And Mark might have a different opinion, and then Diane might pitch in, and that back and forth is really the exchange part of this. Now you know that with many apps and products, seeing helps you understand quickly how something works, and we do have a lot of video, and those videos really help you quickly within a few seconds understand how an app works. In this case, this is one of the apps I talked about earlier, the Very Hungry Caterpillar. And so if I want to type a few words, that's how easy it is. I can pick a rubric or not. It's all optional. And at any point I can reset what I did. And so you have control. Okay, so we're almost done with CTREX, but one last thing is you may know Children's Technology Review is a monthly, used to be printed, now it's PDF, and we've just done our 200th issue, and in this issue we took a close look at the AAP guidelines and came up with a rather different conclusion about setting limits versus creating opportunities, and so that's under the tab called Back Issues, and you can get that and any other issue that we've published. So that's CTREX $19.99, and you get 1 year of access. Now I'd like to show you where and why we
Where
do
did you
this
guys
work.
meet?
I've never met him either.
Well, you never met him?
That's why I like this place. You can meet a lot of new people. Yeah.
So I'm going to take you from the front steps of our office, give you a view down Main Street, Flemington, and take you into our public library. This is a small, free public library. I'm a trustee in this library, and 13 years ago we decided to start a room, and very much inspired by Alan Kay's If You Could Have What You Want, What Would It Look Like?
Hey guys, what's up? Hey. This video is probably going to be shown at NAEYC. That's a conference in California that I'm not going to. What do you use the Chromebooks for?
Use it for Scratch.
For Scratch? So we use them a lot this summer, right?
By the way, I'm going.
Oh, and I have another good thing about Mediatech.
Yeah, what's that?
Everything is very not a lot of stuff is everything's brand new. Like they buy.
Fortress 2.
Warren, you're putting the camera on the
Engine.
station.
This is called what?
This is the breaker station. This is a lawnmower engine. You can take it apart. You can put it back together. You can take all these things apart. You can build new pairs. And we do every year. There's a simulation where you can spend, I think it was like 2 days flying the plane
In real time.
in real time across,
Using that right over there.
across the ocean.
Wait,
And
wait.
Capital F7. 6, capital X, 6.
Oh, what did you do?
Okay, we're almost there. I'm gonna go get some cookies. You want some? Yeah, we have a bunch of shortbreads.
Kind of.
So you get the idea that this is a place where you have a lot of possibilities rather than limits. Obviously there's no strict 60-minute limit on screens because
so
you
you got a
couldn't define
Chromebook, and you
what
have a
a screen
broken
is. Here's
glass
a
Android.
fella who's using 2 screens at
Right.
once, and free Wi-Fi has a lot to do with this, but we also mix in all kinds of other technologies such as a real, well, quote, sort of real keyboard, synthesizer, there's Minecraft, there are retro platforms, and this was the first day we used Cosmo, this little robot, and
The other one is the last time the Cubs won the World Series, nobody wore plastic helmets because plastic wasn't invented. Because it was almost exactly like
so that's Dan, our supervisor, who really plays a critical part in being a positive role model for the kids. And so this is Mediatech, and this is going every day. There are preschoolers who come in earlier, and we have lots of things that they can do as well, but as you can see during the after school hours, it's pretty popular with the middle school kids.
Watch your feet.
Where are you going, buddy?
Well, bees, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching a 13-minute video, and I hope that you're having a great time at NAEYC. And if you're ever in Flemington, New Jersey, please come and visit. It is free and public, and that means for all of us. Thanks for watching.